All right, let's take you to this now. The economic freedom fighters have staged a protest outside the union buildings opposing the working visit of Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. SABC News reporter Natasha Phiri has more for us.
We're now joined by the EFF's deputy chair in the Gauteng region, Mr. Magua, and of course the EFF has also staged a protest, an anti-Zelensky protest on the sidelines of their state visit. Let's just take this conversation to him. Philip, so you're amongst many political parties that also stage anti-Zelensky protests here today. Tell us why.
We are staging anti-Zelensky protest or a picket as the economic freedom fighters to demonstrate our dissatisfaction against President Ramaphosa for him to allow or welcome President Zelensky, a puppet of the West, a warmonger and a murderer in our country. We view this trip or his visit here in South Africa now as a provocation and incitement by President Ramaphosa.
I also see like this gentleman has this placard that you're rejecting NATO's eastward expansion. Please explain to us as well.
We do this basically because of the agreement of 1997 that has been signed by NATO and Russia in the Paris summit of a NATO-Russia project that said that agreed and said that between the North Atlantic organization will not engage on expansion or any provocation in the Russian territories. And that has been now stranded and disrupted through these wars that have been started by Ukraine and now spearheaded by Zelensky. So we view this as a betrayal to the agreement that has been signed by Russia and NATO not to invade or expand into their own territories, now including the Crimea that they are busy with.
Some may argue that, but South Africa's position is, one of peace, and the fact that South Africa is non-aligned, and some may actually attribute it to the 2023 visit where we saw President Cyril Ramaphosa participating in that African peace mission to Ukraine and Russia.
It is clear what the people are saying, and all of us what we are saying, in the EFF position that South Africa is a sellout, or it is selling out. It cannot be on a neutral position on matters like this. Selling out or being on a neutral position means that South Africa will abstain. South Africa will not take decisions, will not take sides, will not decide to vote either on this side or the other side. And that we have seen by South African government abstaining on voting, even during the United Nations. But that is what makes us to be here, because we are led by a puppet president also of Ramaphosa, who's not consistent in terms of geopolitical dynamics and balance of forces in terms of how we're going to move. You can't then go and meet with my enemy's enemy in our doorstep or in our boardroom here in the country where we've maintained a clear relationship with Russia during not only now, during Putin. South Africa has maintained a clear relationship with Russia during the 1980s, during the dark days of apartheid. Russia has supported us with weapons, supported us with everything to make sure that we fight the regime of apartheid government. It cannot be today that you go and sit in a meeting with someone, with a warmonger and a puppet of the USA, a puppet of the West, whose only obsession is warmongering and killing of our people. And then that's why we say they cannot take this position, because it's a provocation. And we think that Cyril Ramaphosa is part of this provocation, because you can't fail to go and address issues of M23 in Congo. Simple issues that affect your country. We have not seen the African Peace Initiative during Congo. We have not seen its results. We have not seen its impact. But now you go and rush to international politics that have full capacity to come and hunt us as the country or as the developed countries here in Africa or other countries. So we view this as a selling out position by not taking a side, because obviously you can't go and discuss. This meeting, we are told that it's for 1 hour to discuss peace, to see how they can resolve, to see how they can cease fire, or see how South Africa can interfere in making sure that there is peace. Peace with who? Because we have taken a decision that we are in a relationship with Russia through BRICS grouping, through economic activities that you are trying to contribute in our development, or sustainability as the South Africa. So it's a selling out position. It's also a betrayal to Russia. It's also a betrayal to Russia and the peace-loving people of Russia who have fought for decades and fought for many years fighting against these North Atlantic treaty organizations.
And besides, issues around peace, we heard the Ukrainian ambassador speaking to Sakina in the morning saying that these engagements are meant to strengthen bilateral, ties between the two countries. In your view, do you think that this meeting will, bear any fruition?
This meeting will not bear anything. We are actually told by 10 that he has actually cut off his visit. He's now going to be in the country for less than 2 hours or 3 hours. We have always viewed this meeting as a provocation, an attempt by Trump and America to cause chaos in South Africa and to cause chaos in Russia and to disturb the relationship we have with our peaceful friends of Russia. So we cannot say that we have this relationship with Russia as the country, because currently we are exposing ourselves. So there is no meeting that is going to take any decisive resolution, because this is just an act to disturb South Africa with its relationship that is maintained for years with Russia. So there will be no resolution that will be taken, because currently we are led by an inconsistent man in South Africa who has never taken any decisive resolution or solution wherever he come across. This we say fully, because we have seen with DRC where our soldiers were murdered like chickens, and we have never seen him anywhere. We have never seen him anywhere speaking on anything. But now, because there is this issue that is international, that is geopolitical international issues, he's behaving like Gaten McKenzie, jumping the bandwagon and playing in the mainstream media by inviting the enemy number one of South Africa.